Right, division. So we're going to do a couple of divisions here. Some, if they have a remainder, great, I'll show you how to get them going. Alright, so actually we'll start with something that you might see that you might have to work out. So let's say we have 764 divided by 4. Bit tricky to do it that way. So this divided symbol can also look like that. The whole is here, and you'll find the two parts are there and there. One of those parts that you already know is the divided by 4, and that 4 fits in there. So what we say first is how many 4s fit into 7. If I have 7 things, how many groups of 4 can I make? I can make one group of 4. So 4 fits into 7 one time. But how many are left over? So that's these bits here. How many left over? There's 3. So I put that little 3 there in front of the 6, which now makes this number here 36. So how many 3s fit into 36? Well, I know that 4 9s are 36, so 9. And the last one's easy. How many 4s fit into 4? 1. So that's my answer. What if it was a little bit tricky? I'm going to keep that same number, but I'm going to add a couple to it. So that means that we're going to have some left over. So if I said now 766 divided by 4, we said 1 fits in there with 3 remainder, then it was 4 9s are 36. But now I've got here, how many 4s fit into 6? Well, I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can make one group of 4, but there's still 2 left over, so it fits in there once. Now, depending on what grade you're in, will determine how you write this answer. So your leftover 2 that was left here can be written as remainder 2. If you're a little bit older or a little more adventurous, whichever you feel, you may decide that you want to do it this way. Instead of writing remainder 2, it's actually 2 parts out of 4, isn't it? So 2 parts out of 4 is written as 2 quarters. So you could write 191 and 2 quarters. Now some of you might go, well, I know what 2 quarters is as a decimal because I know a quarter on its own is 0.25. I know 2 quarters is actually a half, so that's 0.5. So I could write that answer as a decimal. Quite right, you could. Let's catch up to there though. If I want to write it as a decimal, what I do is I put a decimal there and a decimal there. And there's that 0 that we've been talking about in other videos. And my leftover 2 simply fits there. So now it becomes how many 4s fit into 20? Well, I know there's 5 4s that fit into 20. Is that correct as 2 quarters is a half? Yep. 191 and a half, and 5 tenths. 5 tenths. Okay. Let's try one that's a little bit trickier. Hopefully this one will be a little bit trickier. I won't make the number as big. We'll just see how we go. Excuse all the scribble that has to be rubbed out. I'm sure there is another way to do this. Alright, so let's say I want to fit 7 into 58. Now, I know 7s are 49, 7 8s are 56. Well, 7 can't fit into the 5 first, so I have an issue here. 7 won't fit into the 5. So what I've got to do, I've got to combine the 5 and the 8 to make 58. So I say, how many 7s fit into 58? We said 7 7s are 49, 7 8s are 56. Now, because I couldn't fit the 7 into that 5, there is actually a 0 there because the 7 will not fit into the 5. We said 7 8s are 56. Now, if 7 times 8 is 56, but the number we've got is 58, how many more am I counting on to get to 58? 2. So that means I've got to have 2 left over. So I've got to put my decimal point here, my decimal point there. Remember what I said about the 0? The 0 there, and the leftover 2, this bit right here, goes there. So now how many 7s fit into 20? Well, I know 2 7s are 14, 3 7s are 21, so I don't have enough. So 2 7s are 14. 7 times 2 equals 14. But I've got 20. So how many more do I need to add to 14 to get to 20? 6. Yep, 14 plus 6 is 20. So I put another 0 now, and I put my leftover 6 there. So now I say how many 7s fit into 60? 7 8s are 56, 7 9s are 63, so it's still 7 8s. And then I still have some more left over. Now generally, some numbers can keep going for ages and ages and ages, and you'll get digits all the way going out here. Usually your teacher will only want you to go to 2 decimal places, or you won't get given one that has lots of decimal places. If you get one that you find with your decimal has a recurring 3 or a recurring 6, that's if you're dividing by 3 or dividing by 3, you'll end up with something like this, and it'll go 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Don't worry about that. You can get to there and just put a little dot. That means the 3 is recurring, it keeps going. Hopefully that's helped you with division.